Hey, so one of the things that people find at older houses is buried oil tanks. Now, people get really nervous about buried oil tanks. Some people just get freaked out. You may have heard it right now and went, I would never buy a house like that. Look, anything can be fixed with money. As an investor, you want to ask yourself, does the amount of money I'm going to spend make sense? So let's talk about buried oil tanks. We've taken out many in our career. Let's talk about what they are, what they look like, and how you can take care of them. Okay, so this is a buried oil tank. So when you walk up to a house and you see a pipe and a vent pipes, usually side by side, coming out of the ground, that is a buried oil tank. So that buried oil tank is probably someplace around here, probably in this general area. And you're gonna wanna go ahead and have that removed. Now, if it's active, can you sell a house with a buried oil tank? You can. You're gonna find a lot of buyers though, won't wanna buy it. Okay, so if it's active, you can, but again, I'd be really cautious on that. We've done that only in cases where the buried oil tank was actually under a garage or under a slab on an addition of a house. That's sometimes when it's been acceptable, but rarely will sometimes even banks won't allow it to happen, right? So why are people so scared about it? Well, it could be an EPA nightmare, right? So if the tank gets rotted out in the bottom over the years, if moisture gets in there and causes rust and it rots out, that oil can seep into the ground. That's where a big problem can happen. So you want to have the tank removed by professionals. Now, check with your local code enforcer, because every town is something different. We always teach this in our workshops and every seminars we give and when we talk. Make sure that you get permits for the work that you do at the house. Don't try and do these things on the side or on the sly, because if you get busted, you'll pay way more in fines than you would if you just had the permit and done it right in the first place. Okay, so now you've determined you have an oil tank at the house. Now you have to get rid of it. What do? Again, go out and get a permit if needed in your area. There probably is a permit needed. Get a permit. Sometimes they want to have certified companies come through and remove it. Sometimes regular excavators can do it. It just depends on your town. So check with your town and get that taken out. What they'll usually do is they'll come out, they'll pump all the oil out of the tank, they'll unscrew that, they'll pump all the oil out, and they'll dig this tank out. Now, provided no oil spills, you should be fine, okay? As long as they keep it to a minimum, they have certain guidelines they have to go by and that kind of stuff. They take it out. What is the cost to remove an oil tank? You know, anywhere it's from $1,500 to $3,000. That's probably the ballpark of what it costs, provided they don't open it up and find out that oil's been leaking in the ground. That can get a little bit expensive. We've taken out many tanks and never had that problem over the years. So most of the time, you're not gonna have a problem with that. Get good at writing checks, right? We teach people how to get good at writing checks to take care of the work. You're not gonna dig it out yourself. You don't have to worry about when you see a problem in a house, look at a problem as an opportunity. If there's a problem in the house, most people will run away from it. You should run towards it and say, if I write a check to get rid of that problem, can I still put money in my pocket after all is said and done? If the answer is yes, go forward with it. So don't be scared by oil tanks. Just remember, it's a simple check to get it written. Go get a permit from your local town, find out what they want to have done to have it removed. Have it removed, but remember, once you take that out, you have to give another fuel source to your furnace and to your hot water heater or whatever that was fueling. So if you're going to have oil, you may have to have an above ground oil tank, or you might convert your furnace over to a gas, or if there's no gas available in the town that you're in, you may have to go to propane, right? Or electric. There's other options you can do besides oil. So I hope that helps eliminate some of the fear you may have about oil tanks and buried oil tanks. Don't be scared about them. They're just a check, and you can write a check, have professionals remove them, and move on about your job and go out and make a profit. So I hope that helps. Guys, if you like the information you're getting here, please subscribe to our channel, like, share this video. If you have comments, leave them below. I will personally answer those, and I look forward to talking to you real soon.